All right, what is up, Timmy Academy? We are gonna do a video today that's just simply looking at cool stuff. So we got some high-end collections in recently. I've been doing some purchases for my personal collection. So we got lots of cool stuff. This first one is the biggest of the bunch. The new LLC that I started with my partner. We've been going kind of ham on high-end collections, sealed collections, that kind of stuff. We got some really cool, just like 90s things to show off, which are really sweet. But then also, we have some big cards that I wanted to showcase. So some of these are already sold, namely the LOTUS and the Ancestral Recall. So the power is already sold, but I wanted to get it on camera before it goes out the door. I'm actually in the process of shipping it right now. So we've got a beautiful Ancestral Recall. She's in like MP condition. The surface on the front's pretty nice. There's a couple like dings and scratches here and there, but nice, moderately played condition. Ancestral Recall, and I still need one of these for my personal collection, but we got a decent deal on the collection, and it was bought to sell. So we've got a LOTUS, really pretty nice LOTUS for the price point that we paid for it. We are considering this HP, and well, HP MP, and we sold it as such. Gentleman, high-end, I'm assuming a dealer or an investor, picked it up, made a post about buying LOTUSes, and we made the deal happen. Really, really nice LOTUS. So I wanted to show you those two pieces, and we'll go over everything in this binder is kind of the hits from the collection, and then we also have a couple more binders that just have some like legends and Arabian Nights and stuff kind of. But yeah, I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to get these shipped off right now so that I can start that process, and then I'll turn the camera back on in a couple minutes and we'll finish filming. What is up, Timmy Academy? Alright, so we looked at the LOTUS. I cut the camera off. We got those shipped out, FedEx. Overnight, they should be there in a couple hours. It is tomorrow. I just want to show you the rest of the collection we got. This was a really cool purchase up in Virginia Beach. My business partner picked this up. Maybe I'm repeating some stuff I said yesterday, but we had a really awesome old school collection come in, and obviously we had the LOTUS and the Recall. There were some other cool unlimited hits like the wheel, which is in pretty nice condition. Overall, the collection was moderately played, but there were some things that were nicer, especially the unlimited, like this Savannah, or I'm sorry, this Scrubland. The surface is really nice on it. We have a couple dents and dings here and there, but we're looking at like an LP minus, MP plus, probably LP minus really. Icy, my favorite art for Icy. I do like the black border a little better. Decent condition MP, but still that orb for the Icy, oh, so good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Ice Age Icy as well, with the like crazy device thing going on. Drop of Honey. I don't have it in a sleeve. I'm crazy. Yeah, pretty nice LP Drop of Honey. So all this will be for sale. Unlike, so my business partner and I, we both have our personal collections that we sit on stuff, and we will be sitting on stuff for the LLC. But some stuff you just have to flip, and we'll probably sell a bunch of this stuff. Whatever doesn't sell within a week or so, we'll probably just put in the vault, and we'll let it age. I'm assuming the chains and the drop are going to go pretty fast, as well as the unlimited Wheel of Fortune. The chains is pretty nice. I mean, not HP, but like a nice MP. Actually, the surface is pretty nice. That might Yeah, that's kind of like an LP minus. There's a little bit of edge. That's MP. We'll call that MP. Just to be safe, especially with these older cards. When you're grading, you want to be a little more strict on grading. That's why you won't see a near mint minus or an LP plus or anything for like Throne of Eldraine, what's a good example? I don't know, a Brazen Borrower, right? No one's gonna. It's near mint or it's LP, but with older cards, people are looking for specific grades and putting together full sets of this, that, and the other thing at a specific grade. Even if you're not getting it graded. This Urnham Jin has a decent amount of chipping on the edges. I'm gonna call this a straight LP because the surface is beautiful, but the edging's got a little bit of issues. So that's a nice LP Urnham. We also have a City in a Bottle. This has been going kind of crazy recently. I've heard high-end copies are going for over $1,000. Surface is really nice. I wouldn't say this is a high-end copy, but it's certainly very. I mean, it's not unplayed, but it's a really nice LP. So if we could hold on to a couple of these Arabian Nights, that'd be great. Frankly, the Lotus and the Recall that were there almost got us back in the black on this collection. Probably about 60% of the way there. Let's see what else we have. All right, so the binder keeps going. These first two pages are kind of the biggest ones. Obviously, we have the workshop over here. We've got the Serendipity Mishra's Winter Factory. This one's kind of beat up. We got the Elephant Graveyard. We've got the Library of Alexandria. Let's take a look at this. I believe it's in kind of moderately played condition. Yeah, she's nice. She's not beat to hell. Yeah, she's a little scratching on the back. And edge wear and whatnot. So like moderately played, MP plus, I would say. We got a Suleiman. We've got the Jihad, which is banned, of course. Shahrazad, everyone's favorite card from Arabian Nights, and she's looking super sexy. Sexier than normal. Nice LP, little bit of surface wear. But yeah, she's been moving too, as well as actually, all Arabian Nights has really been on the move. We got an Old Man of the Sea, and this collection was strange because it had all these high-end cards, but there was only one little box of bulk. Ooh, that's really nice. That Old Man of the Sea that's near mint. That's a really nice near mint copy of Old Man of the Sea. I might wind up buying this off of the LLC. So there's usually you don't see collection spreads where you have all these high-end cards and just a little tiny box of bulk. Usually if you've got all these awesome ones, you've got a giant amount of bulk that, usually someone just bought a ton back in the day. But this was a very specific collection. Apparently he also had a Bazaar of Baghdad and a City of Brass Arabian Nights. But I think he sold them on eBay before we got to him. So that was kind of unfortunate. But, we're still super happy to have these cards. The workshop's pretty nice. I'd say LP minus. And these are on the move too. The prices are kind of crazy on the workshop and the library and stuff because the data's just everywhere. And then we've got the Archaeologist. I think Rudy just made a video on the Archaeologist the other day, and I was laughing. I was like, oh, we just picked one of those up. This is a nice near mint copy. A little bit of wear here at the top, but other than that, it's pretty flawless. It might even, I don't know if it's gradable. It would grade out probably a 9, I would think, 8.59. We got a little Chronicles City of Brass here. We've got some more modern stuff. Foil Kalitas. Lightning Bolt Unlimited. That's probably going in my Lightning Bolt collection. Dark Ritual. We got a foil hippie DCI promo. So now we're getting into kind of the smaller stuff. But we got Field of Dreams up here, which has been on the move. We've got some more unlimited, just kind of smaller pieces. I don't know why Cinder Marsh is in here, but okay. Lightning Bolt. A couple Serendibs from Revised with the infamous blue mana cost green border. It's always funny when you see a full set of Revised. You're going through the blue and you've got a green border card. It's just kind of funny. We got Sinkholes, Demonic Attorney, Reserve List from Unlimited, Camouflage, believe is Reserve List as well. Dwarven Demolition Team, Transmute is, I think the Transmute's in really nice condition. Yeah, the Transmute's looking pretty near mint, so put that in a sleeve. We've got some more unlimited kind of middle pieces. Hercule's Recall. My business partner is obsessed with this chick. Sorry, card was full. Yeah, he is in love with this chick. She's tattooed. She's scantily clad. Every time he sees it, he's like, "Oh my god, she's so hot." I agree. She's so hot. But yeah, this is nice near mint. Yep, near mint copy. When we bought this collection, I was down here and he was up there, and I'm kind of the grader and that kind of stuff. I'm doing majority of the purchasing and selling. And we kind of priced this all out at spam calls. We kind of priced this all out at MP. And some of it is, a lot of the bigger stuff was, the Lotus and the Ancestral were definitely in the MP, almost hedging on HP category. But some of this smaller stuff is nice condition. We've got another ban card. We've got the Invoke the P, as Mr. Taco Master says. Pretty decent shape. These are kind of tough to sell. Strangely, I've noticed I was sitting on a couple. I think they did eventually sell. But I may have put one or two into my personal collection. We got some smaller pieces. We got some unlimited fireballs, which are actually kind of a couple bucks these days. We've got Revised Will o' the Wisp. I don't know why we put a 4th edition Royal Assassin in there, but we've got a Gemstone Mine from Weatherlight, which is surprisingly still only $5, even as Weatherlight kind of ticks up, but it's not reserve list. It was reprinted in Time Spiral, and is probably going to see another reprint in Time Spiral Remastered whenever that is that out. I don't know. Mind Twist 4th edition. We've got the Unglued Lands, Unstable Lands, Unstable, Unhinged, Unstable. I don't remember. We got a foil Lily from the Dual Decks. This art by Therese Nielsen. I hadn't seen this art in a long time. That's such a good Lily. Look at that. That's gorgeous. And you know, it's funny, I think it was around the same time these premium deck series were out, and they used the same foiling for the dual decks, for a couple of the dual decks. This foil process, it reminds me of the Fab cold foils. It's beautiful. The cards are straight and not warped. Like, I don't know why they stopped using this. Maybe it was too expensive or something, but yeah, this Wizards, go back to this. This era of foiling was so gorgeous. I just don't know why they stopped using it. So, we got a Mana Matrix. This was on the move during the beginning of the most recent, reserve list buyouts, boom, blah, 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 whatever you want to call it. Market manipulation. Really nice copy, probably $70-$80. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. Legends is always just going to get more expensive. Another Lily, and then we've got the other Seductress. The most famous Seductress, Gwendolyn. Really nice copy of Gwendolyn. What is there to say? That art is epic. We got a lot of hot women in this collection. Just beautiful card. Target player discards one card from his or her hand at random. Power may only be used on your turn. Like, what? This might get scooped up and put into my Necrozar deck, because I have a graded copy, but I don't have a raw copy to actually play with. We got a OG Sylvan Library from Legends. This one's in really nice condition. This has been on the move for a bit too, so probably looking at, it was like $80, $90 in near mint for a long time. We also got a foil Vein Drinker from Shards of Alara. Kind of cool. And it finally moved up. So got a bunch of random small stuff. This is the other foil from the dual decks, from the Garruk versus Liliana. And like, look at that foiling. It's beautiful. It's so well done. It doesn't, I don't know why they moved away from this. It's my favorite foiling, that PDS in this era. Anyway, I'm not going to wax and wane. We got some more Therese Nielsen art, Nature's Lore. Same dual deck. And I was pulling these out as I was going through the bulk and whatnot. I'm pulling out the last little bit of dinero out of this collection. I'm giving it to Matt, my partner, and to put in the binder, just so we have everything separated, because there wasn't a whole lot of like little onesie twosies like this. But he was like, Nature's Lore common from... I was like, yeah, dude, Nature's Lore is worth a couple bucks. Especially these weird printings, and like, this is the only art of this. This is the only version with this art on the card, so it's probably, I haven't looked it up, but in near mint condition, my guess is $5-6. Actually, the Portal copy, is it the Portal copy or Portal Second Age, is like $8 in crispy near mint, so it's kind of crazy. We got a couple strip mines. We got the 3 that are, we're missing the one. We're missing the one with the little pew, the little pow, pinga tower. This one's beat to hell. This is the Uneven Horizon. So actually, this is a good conversation. So there's 4 copies, 4 different arts of, let me see, do I have, no, it's in the vault. I have a tower copy too, but it's not within arm's reach. So there's 4 different arts for Strip Mine. They all have a little bit different valuation. The tower one, which kind of, I guess, looks really similar to this. Is it No Horizon? I think it's No Horizon, but it has a little tower there. Is the most expensive. This one is No Horizon. No Horizon. This is Even Horizon. See how it evenly goes across the top? And this is the Uneven Horizon. And then the other one is called Tower, and it's got a little tower here. Just a little, history lesson, I guess, or little educational tidbit. So when you're looking at lists to buy or sell or whatever, just make sure you have the right version, so you're not paying for the tower version and not getting it, or paying someone for the Uneven Horizon version and you're getting the tower. Just make sure everyone's getting the right amount. You know how we roll. Let's determine a fair market price, and then let's cut some percentage off of it, and that's how we do. We got Torok's Gate from Fallen Empires. Super high-end, luxury, reserve list card here. $38 million per in PSA 10 TCG low. No, it's Torok's Gate. We just threw it in there because it was reserve list and it was nice condition. And then we have a Beat to Hell Rainbow Veil. $20 in near mint. In this condition, I'd say it's probably about $3-4. But we put it in there anyway. We came across some weird stuff in this collection. I don't know what this is. If anybody can tell me what this is, that would be excellent. It just says Wizard. Spells, potions made to order. Warts removed. Warts removed. That's going to be the name of the video. Charms, curses invoked or removed. So it doesn't have it looks like a business card for a wizard, but there's no phone number. I don't know what that is, but we thought it was hilarious, so we put it in. It's printed on old parchment paper. That was it for the hits from the collection. Let's look at some hilarious stuff though. so this also came with the collection, and to me this was the best, funniest part. We have an old school Trapper Keeper, guys, and it says Rad Dog on it. So Skate Wax, Uncle D, we got the Ernie Ball, we've got sensitive unclassified U.S. government property, some kind of disc, I'm assuming is like a macro film or something. Look at that. Hanson sucks. Hanson sucks. You know this was like 1994 or something. Maybe 95. Magic cards. Remember label printers? Magic cards. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Anybody? Giggity? 69 Master. Master! In 1994 with a Trapper Keeper. Oh my god. This is so good. This is just brings you back. Brings you back. So then on the back we got Wanted by the FBI. Wave Records Board Shop. So clearly this was a skater magic guy. I'm guessing in Virginia Beach because there's some skate stuff and, like surf skate things. So then we open this up and we've got the wacky icing on your magical cake. I just thought this was super cool. I'm going to keep this forever. Play your ass off. Magic Arena League. It's so good. So this is unhinged. We've got some printouts of the unglued. It's so good. And then we've got the unglued. So this is a binder of, and so he's got the printouts of each. Look at that. 8/14/1998, 10:15 p.m. He was up late on a school night printing out lists of unglued. I think this is back when Wizards had, when they had the checklist for each card on the channel. Now there's another place to find it. I just found out from Mr. Tavis, the magical wizard who knows everything, every little detail about the game, seemingly. He told me where to find them now. Maybe I'll post that in the comments below. Because if you're set building, it's really hard to find full checklists for each thing. So we've got a full set of unglued. Did we even put it in the price? I don't even think we put it in the price. Because I told the guy, like, hey, I love it. There's some value to some of these cards, like the BFG. We got the big furry, or BFM, big furry monster. BFG, sorry, that's the Roald Dahl that this had knocked off, essentially. I don't know if many people know that, but Roald Dahl wrote a BFG book in the early 90s. I'm assuming that's where this came from. I'm not saying that it did, but I remember reading it when I was a kid. So, there's some value in here, but the problem is there's not a lot. Nobody really picks this up. Everybody who wants some probably has some, and there's Blacker Lotus. There's where the value is, right there. Blacker Lotus and BFM are probably the two biggest ones, and I think I showed this on on one of the live videos. But a friend, this was my not so secret Santa gift. He actually made me a Blacker Lotus in I'm assuming this was a cracked open CGC, and he made a Timmy 10 rejected 9.5 Giggities 9.5 floppy 10 spicy taco. I think he printed this from his 3D printer, so just kind of hilarious. Let's get that word on camera. So we do have some foils here from this looks like a DCI promo Ashnod's coupon. Jester's sombrero. So, and then the rest, as everybody knows, the value really in this set, for the most part, is going to be these lands. Usually I stack up stacks of those, and he's actually got the wrapper in here too, which is so cool. It's just so 90s. Usually I stack up those near mint unglueds until I get like 30 or 40 of them, and then I'll sell them as a lot to someone. They usually sell for between $300 and $500 for a stack of like 30 or so. We just do near mint low. I don't cut anything off of it because people fall all over themselves to get it. Usually it's the first thing that sells out of a sales post. So we've got some unhinged. I love all the uns. This one is super cool, and I know a bunch of the cards, but it doesn't do the same thing for me as the unglued does. Because in the 90s, I remember playing with unglued, and we used to just put them in our kitchen table decks. It's actually pretty nice condition. I think Matt, my partner, I think he got a one of these graded recently. He sent it off to BGS just for S&Gs. Mother of Goons. Yeah, so this is a fun. I thought this binder was super cool. It had so much flavor in the set. I just wanted to show it off. We have a Mox Lotus. It's so good. I love that card. I think that holds a little bit of value. Add infinity to your mana pool. 100. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. You don't lose life due to mana burn. So, mana burn was still a thing back then. And again, we have the lands that actually hold the value in the set, and is the chase. And we've got a couple foils here. I haven't looked them up to see what they're worth, but they'll probably go on TCG Player and just, unless we decide the LLC wants to build a full set of foils. It looks like he was starting to build a full set of foils here. And then in the back, all the way back here, we've got 3 foil lands. And these are really highly sought after, or they were before Double Masters reprinted them. So my guess is they got crushed in value after the reprint. I haven't even looked it up, but I just thought this binder was super cool. I don't even know if we'll sell anything out of this. This might just go in the LLC vault, and we'll just drink some bourbon every once in a while and pull it out and just laugh at this collection and this awesome binder. Let's see, the other things. So there were a couple other binders in there that had antiquities and legends, and they were kind of pieces of full sets and whatnot. Let's see, is there any information on here that probably shouldn't be? Okay, order number. Okay, we'll just do this. I got some other cool stuff to show off. Just personal stuff that I picked up. Figure we'll just do one big video for this. I've been grabbing a lot of random stuff, just kind of for me. There's probably some other things. Picked up some old booster boxes. Box of Scourge, a box of 5th edition starter decks. That era is really starting to value up, and 5th edition hasn't really been hit yet, so I figured, while they're cheap, I'll grab it's a full box, but it's open, so it's 12 decks, but it's not a sealed box, so I got a bit of a price break. Scourge was a little smushed, so I got a bit of a price break. Maybe we'll do a box break of that, if it makes sense. First, let's go over this, though. So this is an order from Card Kingdom. I've been doing this, trading in my bulk for cards. So we got the chains and we got the birds, and that was about $22. And then I had another $1,000. So I got an Alpha Veteran Bodyguard, rare, in decent EX condition. It's nice. VG Mana Drain from Legends. And a good Arabian Nights Ally from Cairo. So this I needed for my full set. It's not in great condition, but you know what? At least I put it in the slot. So let's take a look. They gave me a cool warrior token, I guess because I've been battling bulk to get, I don't know. I'll keep it. It's cool. We got a nice Legends Mana Drain. I have one, but I have no idea where it is. So as I'm building my full Legend set, I was like, let me just make sure that I have. I feel like it's in a deck somewhere, but I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe I sold it at some point because it wasn't reserve list. But anyway, replace that. Ollie from Cairo. He's in decent shape. I mean, he's got like some. He's not great, but it's a real card. And then Veteran Bodyguard. They call this EX. I mean, I disagree. It's in nice shape, and it's an alpha rare, and it's real. So there's no inking. There's just a little. I don't know. That makes me not think it's EX, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm not gonna get a refund. I'm not gonna ask for a refund on store credit for an alpha rare. That's just essentially I got it for free. So then we picked up 2 packs of antiquities from a very well-known box breaker. If you know who it is, you probably recognize these packs. They did a beta booster box that I believe came from Open Boosters, and at the same time they were like, screw it, let's pack out antiquities. So after I saw the video, I hit him up. I said, hey, got a couple packs of antiquities left? He was like, yeah. So we paid $17.50 for these 2 shipped. These are the graded power cases that are beautiful and everybody loves. Yeah, so just fun little pickup. I didn't have any packs of antiquities yet. I have some Legends, I have some Dark. I guess I need Legends, Dark. I need Arabian Nights, yeah, that's right. And I would love an unlimited pack, but that may have to wait a little while. We got a collection. Actually, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. So we got a collection in from a gentleman whose father was selling his cards. I think maybe he got laid off. But he sold me a lot of cards, and a small lot, and this booster box of Saviors of Kamigawa. We got a really good deal on the box, and we'll probably do a break with this. It may just sit in my collection because honestly I really like that block. I sold a box last year, and I kind of kicked myself a little bit for selling it, but it had valued up, and I was looking, I had sold a bunch of sealed product to pick up alpha, so it's not like, it wasn't for nothing. And then there was a bunch of other stuff in here that was smaller pieces or like non-reserve list stuff, and I already listed it on TCG Player. It'll probably sell in the next couple days, but I just pulled out the reserve list, and we'll just take a look. We got the Lord of Tressorhorn, which I think he's undervalued. I think the art's beautiful. He's from Alliances. He fits into certain deck archetypes of these colors, like Nekazar and such, and Nicol Bolas. And when it comes into play, pay 2 life and sacrifice 2 creatures. Target opponent draws 2 cards. Effects that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to counter this loss of life. Right? So he's got a lot of drawback, but he's a 10-4 for 4 with Regenerate. So, I mean, as a commander, he would wreck face. Mana Web, nothing to say. Weatherlight, great card. It'll go up. City of Shadows, Dark is getting crazy. So that was a good pickup. A couple Mirage, Cadaverous, Bloom, nothing crazy, but they're on the reserve list. Eladamri, Lord of Leaves. He spiked to about $100 for a week and then has come back down to about $30-$40. I hope I didn't buy him when he was at whatever. Vampiric Tutor. Nice near mint copy from Visions. Got reprinted. Got in, Commander Legends. Got hammered. Was it Commander Legends? I think so. Jace. Nobody loves Jace anymore. Who cares? Force of Will. Got a nice Force of Will. Looks pretty minty. This might go in the Alliances binder. And then we had a couple dual lands. We also had a Near Mint Plateau, but it's already on not commission, but it's already pretty much sold in a large lot of cards to a gentleman. So then we had a kind of LP Underground Sea, and like an LP minus Savannah. The only reason I say LP minus is because that bit of surface issue. Other than that, the surface is nice. Front is clean. I mean, with duals, so let's we've got a stack of duals around. Okay, so with duals, the most important part to people is generally not the back, right? They sell if the front is nice and clean. They don't care so much about the back because they're playing it. They just want it to look nice. We got a bunch of duals here. These are kind of being sold on commission. Here you go. These are the duals that are hard to sell. You have to price them under the HP pricing because people just hate the look when it's all dirty and gross. You know, these are all HP. Well, there's some LP minus. These will sell quick because they look beautiful. These will sell slow because they're gross. Even though they're cheaper, people would rather pay an extra $100 for a nice crisp white. Now, these are the MP duals, and that's kind of where you get a little bit of dirt. And this is 9 times out of 10 when somebody asks me for pictures of an MP or HP dual, and it's got dirt on the front, they're like, I'm good. I'm going to keep looking around. People want that crispy white frame. So just a little tidbit of information there. Okay, so that was that little collection. So that was the Saviors box and this little stack of cards, and they're in beautiful shape. I mean, all those are mostly near mint condition, except for the duals are a little played. Picked up a little bit of old school. Now I went and there was another really cool thing that we'll have to film at a later date. The same day I went to South Carolina to pick up this collection, which is a large collection of beta, mostly. There's some other things, and there was a Near Mint Savannah in here that actually got slotted into my Near Mint set of revised because my Savannah was like Near Mint minus. So I swapped that out and have that set aside for sales, and put the Near Mint Savannah from this. It was the only dual land. There's not really much revised in here. So I put that in my set, but otherwise, anyway, so I went to South Carolina to grab this set of beta and some other stuff, mostly beta, and paid about $1,200 for this. And while I was there, I knew I had some friends there, some customers, friends, and so I was planning to meet up with them, and they sent me a picture that had a bunch of graded alpha duals in it, and it was from the local shop. So I went to the shop, talked to the owners. We wound up buying 7 graded alpha dual lands, and a graded beta mana vault. We'll do a video on that at some point. They're beautiful. I just can't believe that we found them. They're in super nice condition, graded by CGC, who apparently fixed their case issues. So yeah, super happy about that. But this is why I went to South Carolina, and I wound up picking up a bunch of alpha as well. I just gave them to my business partner to hold on to because I kind of get to handle all the fun fancy cards, and I wanted him to have something cool to hold on to and look at night. So we've got just a lot of beta commons and uncommons. They're not in great shape. Most of them are MP, but we got some cool stuff. We got some Psychic Venoms, Blue Elemental Blast, Pestilence, Conservador. I love the artifacts. It doesn't matter what it is. So we just added to beta position, Beta really hasn't kind of valued up in this whole craziness. Now there's alpha, which is why we picked up those duals, because honestly, I think if we got an Underground Sea that's graded, right? It's graded an 8.5. If a 9.5 Lotus goes for $500,000, what does an 8.5 Underground Sea go for? right? So, you know, we picked it up for around $7,000, but that just either the Lotus is supremely overpriced or the Underground Sea is supremely underpriced. So my thoughts is that Underground Sea needs to readjust to somewhere in the $50,000 range. Just my thoughts. Obviously, I'm biased towards it since we just picked one up, but that's for a long-term hold for the LLC. Another Timmy. Come here. Weakness, like I said, just a bunch of commons and uncommons. Nettling Imp, one of my favorite arts from Hoover. To have it in black border, I think I already might have one or two. A couple. Alright, let's see what's in this stack. Cloud Pirates, anyway, some little stuff that was just in there. Dark Ritual, some lands, Sarah Angel, blah blah blah. Just base all monolith, Mana Flare, Lightning Bolt, Unlimited Counterspell. Pretty cool. Animate Dead, Disenchant. So we had, these were kind of the two biggins. Dark Ritual beta and Counterspell beta. So a couple $100 there. Blue Elemental Blast beta. Another one. Some more Tims. And we had a bunch of island. We had a bunch of lands. So yeah. So I mean, nothing crazy, but just a large stack of beta, which doesn't come around that often. We sat down for about an hour and a half, and came up with a market price that we were both comfortable with. And for something like this, where he put together a TCG low list, but there's issues with that when you get into these kinds of things. So we went through, we took the top cards, we found a reasonable market price between eBay last sold on TCG Player, kind of said, okay, this is worth this is worth that. And we went from there, and then I chopped off about 10% for condition, and then I chopped off another 20% for just the dealer rates. You know, I don't pay market price. I pay for something old like this, I'll pay 80%. Usual mix, modern stuff mixed in and whatnot, 70%, you know, and then if it's a bunch of small stuff, you know, I probably overpaid a little bit for this, but my thoughts is it's not going anywhere, so you only overpaid if you sell it when you buy it. So it'll stay in the vault, it'll go into the binders, and we just got a bunch more black border stuff. So it's been a fun couple weeks of buying. We've got another very large collection coming in tomorrow, about $12,000 my cost worth of reserve list cards. And then we're picking up I think 9 or 10 1990s booster boxes on Saturday. And then we also are potentially grabbing a very special, rare, sealed, small item that's very expensive. And we'll reveal that probably live on camera. Or if you're in my group on Facebook, then you'll probably see it come up. Probably going to break that open, which is a little insane. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Join me for some live box breaks. Next weekend we're doing a Tempest starter brick, and we're doing the Dark booster box. We're going to pack out. They're all sold. We're getting some custom acrylics made that are similar to these graded power lay flats for booster packs. We're also getting some starter deck ones. We're getting some booster. Pretty much I met a guy who has a print shop and does acrylic fabrication locally. So we're going to stop ordering the graded power. No offense. These guys rock. They're awesome. Their design is great. But just for shipping and cost and whatnot, it's you know, and support local, right? So, all right, guys. Talk to you later.